I am joined with manager Warren Feeney after a 3-0 defeat to Torquay United. Warren, the officiating left something to be desired in that first half, but Torquay's quality ultimately came through.
Yeah, look, I said to the boys we've got to start fast because I know what Torquay's like. Watsy's a good friend of mine, and he'll have his teams aggressive, but they can also play. But look, I can't say a lot about the referees, but I got questioned because you can see the gap to the fourth official. So I'm shouting at him twice, but he told me not to come walking out of my technical area. So how am I going to speak to the fourth official when he says he can't hear me? So, it's frustrating. But as I said, I thought my boys were superb. You've seen where we are. We're down to our bare bones with 2 subs, with Ewan off his deathbed. He's been injured. He's sick last night. We've had to play Will, who I thought was exceptional. So I can't fault the players at all. As I say to you, when you're putting the amount of minutes we've had in the last 3 days with the amount of players we've had out, it's a credit to the club.
As you said, only 2 substitutes, and it's a very, very depleted side. Is that giving you just a little bit extra spice though towards the summer, or would you prefer it to be easier?
No, listen, you do, but I've said to the board we need to sit down and get things going, which we are. And get everyone in the 23s. I want them all associated with the club so we can call upon them. So as I said to you, but look, it is frustrating, but I want to talk about the boys today because I thought they were against a very good team. They didn't give up, which is one thing I said whenever the players come in. Don't give up. Obviously we've been floating around where we have been for 3-4 years, and I said we've got to reset, we've got to do it. So we've got to accept it now and get on with it and build a squad that'll be competitive next year. And look, it's one thing I said, teams in our league now are going to fire money at players, and I mean that. There's a lot of money being talked around already, and I know that, but the one thing is, do you want to play for a big club? And that's no disrespect to any others. Or do you want to play for a club that's mediocre? So we'll have a target in our back next year, and I accept that. And that's what I want, and that's where I would want to play. And also I want to say thank you to the fans today. I thought they were outstanding. They never stopped, which is a big thing. And you can see, whenever the boys are trying, fans will always clap the boys. And as I said, I was really buzzing for the fans today because they've been brilliant for me since I've come in. And we want to build an atmosphere, and that we are all together next year and have a good go.
So just the one game left, obviously at home to Chelmsford next Saturday. It's important for fans to come out and really get behind this project as we aim to go forward.
100%. Look, you can see they clapped the boys off on Saturday, and we're disappointed. We should have won the game. But I said that when they're trying, as I said, I'm a fan myself. I know what it's like. And as I said, the important thing is to build that siege mentality, which is what I want. And I said to you that the fans, the last home game, we've got to put on a show for them, but come out and show their support, and we'll certainly do that for them.
Warren, thank you very much.
Thank you.